Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today welcome to 50 of the most overpowered players in FIFA 23. Now of course this may seem really weird, the microphone quality, where's my face. Today is the last day you're going to see a video like this. I'm currently in the process of moving country. I am in England, back again from Poland, so my setup should be all ready to go for tomorrow. I want to put out a video, and this is a very important video, as tomorrow of when you're seeing this is the day that the web app is fully released. So you guys need to get planning your brand new FIFA 23 starter teams. Now I've already done multiple videos on the starter teams, on many teams that you guys can do, which I think would be great value at a variety of different price ranges. So if you have not seen that, then go and check that out. On today's video we are on foot.gg. This has got a great array of the brand new FIFA 23 database with a variety of cards, and most importantly it shows their position modifiers. Very important for this year. The amount of variety that you can now have in your teams and how you can build teams is now greatly improved. So I hope you guys do enjoy. Let's try and hit 1,500 likes. We are so close to 300,000 subscribers, and let's begin. For the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market, go down to userbuy.com. Link is down below in the description, and make sure to use code Vizeh at checkout for 5%. Let's start off with a big boy here, and this is Dan Juma. Now this is going to be a common theme that you may see a lot of great looking Dutch players. I say Netherlands is one of the most underrated nations. That Dan Juma is the best example. As a left mid, he looks pretty good, but he can play as a striker with 4-star, with high medium work rates, with great perfect base stats all around. Playing as a striker, this is a great player. Number two are for you bad boys that want to make a Ligue 1 or French team, maybe even some players like Renato Sanchez or a Mendes, and you need another PSG link. Mukele is a fantastic player as he is a right wing back, but really we're talking about the fact that he looks like a fantastic centre back with very low rating and not the most insane stats. He will be very cheap for the start of the game in comparison to other players like the likes of a Kimpembe, who him and Kimpembe could be a very nice duo, and they get triple links as well. Now I'm gonna put Dybala in here, and the reason why is that I feel like because Dybala hasn't got the best pace, people may be really overlooking how good this card can be. And the most important thing is a 90 dribbling with a high agility, high balance for, considering the start of the game, he will be not exactly cheap, but he will be nowhere near as expensive as he would be if he was in other leagues, if he was with different nations. Because of the league that he's in and his nationality, I feel like people will kind of overlook him in comparison to other options. Baku, who typically is not usable because he's a right mid with not the best pace, but if you take his stats and you put him as a centre mid, he's a very decent looking centre mid. Of course, going all the way to the Premier League, we need to put some more Prem players in here, and let's start off with one of the most go-to Premier League starting centre backs is Godfrey. I don't really need to say much else about this. 82 pace, which is very good. Decent physical stats. He's a decent height, 6 foot. He's got fine defending stats, and he's got a low rating, so therefore it'd be pretty cheap. So if you guys do want to build a Premier League starting team, Godfrey is pretty much a must. Now the Serie may be making a comeback because there are some fantastic Serie cards this year, and Tonali is one of them. Now the thing with Tonali is that even though he looks very good, he doesn't look as good as Barella. So people may go for that Barella card more than the Tonali card because typically he has better dribbling stats, so they may go for him a bit more than Tonali. Therefore he may be a bit less popular and maybe a bit cheaper than what he really should be. Next up, Diaby. I want to give a shout out to him mainly because he can play on the left side and right side, so useful for people that want to build a team, and he has got all the variety that you want on both sides, right wing, right mid, left wing, anywhere that you want. May not have the best shooting stats, but that's because of his long shots and volleys and penalties. Other than that, it's pretty decent with great pace, great dribbling, 4-star skills. If you guys need some French players or Bundesliga players, then he's definitely one to fit in. Now let us link up all the Dutch players here. So Gakpo is a fantastic Eredivisie attacker who sadly cannot play as a striker, even though he would be perfect there. As a left winger or left forward, he will be completely fine as well. 4-star, got decent physical stats as well, can shoot, can dribble, and has some pace. And you can link him with some great players also in that league, including Julian Timber from Ajax. Again, 82 pace, 81 defending, 81 physicals, and also quite a low rating of 80, so he'll be packed quite often, so he'll be seen as really cheap. And an even cheaper option to go alongside Timber is Jordan Teze, who gets a triple link Gakpo, and again, very similar card, very similar mold to Timber, but with a lower rating, will be even cheaper. If you guys want a very cheap and, you know, a bit of a creative or original starter team, go for some Dutch Eredivisie players, because there's some great options in that league. Moving to some other players now, and Guedes is a very popular option in the Premier League. 4-star, and is balanced all around, can definitely finish unlike other wingers, but actually he's a striker, but can also play as a left mid as well. And he'll have some great links to some other players that can link directly to him. And of course, he gets that triple link to a Matheus Nunes, who is a perfect balanced all-around centre mid, high medium work rates, wish to a high, but he will get the job done all around the pitch and will get that good triple link to Guedes as well. And I guess while we're at it, if you guys do need another link with those, you can get Guedes and Semedo with Nunes, and that is that entire three, all perfect and checked out. Not the highest paced in comparison to previous years, but it's definitely reasonable and would be good for the first week or so of the game. Next up, I'm going to give you guys another great triple link where you can get 3 players that can all get max chemistry just by putting those 3 in. And first up is Lema. Again, fantastic Bundesliga centre mid, has got an improved rating, so maybe a decent price, but I don't think his stats really warrant it to be too expensive, because even though it's balanced, it's not the most overpowered, but it's definitely suitable for a starter team, and he can link up with these 2 as well. David Rome, who is a left back with not the best defending, but will be a good left back again for the starter squads. And he could also link to Gvardiol, who was very popular last year, and also, how can I forget about a Klosterman as well? Really, any of these 2, Gvardiol or Klosterman, are both great shouts. Klosterman actually has a lower rating than Gvardiol, but because of his hype and his name, he will probably be more expensive than Gvardiol, but either of these 2 will be great. Renato Sanchez. There's really nothing that I need to say about this guy. You already know about him too much. 4-star, high work rates. What more do you expect? And what is more disgusting is how easy you can fit him in a team, because Nuno Mendes can go as a left back, gets that Portuguese PSG link, and that is pretty much most of the job already done, and you got both of those 2 in your team. Some more love for some Dutch players. Gravenberch is one of them with balanced stats other than defending, but because of his physicality, because he's quite a tall player, it kind of balances out in some sense. But 4-star, and is a good starting player because he's not that high rated. Frimpong as well, right back, can link to Gravenberch or can link to also the likes of Diaby. Easy links, great pace. Let's go into the Premier League, and a starter squad classic is right here. Serie has got everything that you need. 4-star, high sort of high defensive stat, maybe a bit weird, but great dribbling in 93 agility, great pace, and could do a little bit better at passing and shooting, but hey, it's a starter squad, that's what it's there for. But if you do ever get some more cash and want to improve that Serie for a little bit more, then Zaha, maybe your kind of player. Pretty much the same kind of mold, very fast, very tricky, 5-star skills, but has got a much higher shooting stat, can actually finish. And also, one thing to keep in mind with Zaha is the fact that he can play as a centre forward if needed. To add to the Premier League, Zakaria has got all the stats that you need. Other than shooting, he's a perfect CDM, 3-star, great height as well. Got the physicality and defending. He's just a perfect Premier League starter CDM and will be seen a lot, I think, for the start of the game, because he also links to another Swiss player in Mbappe, who is a player not got the best pace but great physicals. And if guys want some players to link in that kind of Premier League Swiss connection, Mbappe with an Akanji and with Zakaria will be a great starter team link up. Just a reminder on Akanji, these are his stats. Again, 81 rating means that he won't be too popular. Premier League players on the right hand side this time, Leon Bailey, 92 pace, 4-star skills, can also shoot and also good dribbling as well. Nice and easy Premier League starter right mid. Going into a few more now, Muriel in the Serie will be the go-to man for every Serie team. You can see his stats right there, 4-star. He's got every single thing that you need for a starting striker, who will be a good amount of coins, maybe a couple of K, but nothing too insane. But he can finish, and that is the most important thing as well. Not the best passing, but you can forgive him for that. But this is the go-to man for Serie teams, and linking him with a, let's say, Dybala alongside him will be really good. Now I'm going to put Chiesa in here, and the reason why is that, again, I think it will be seen as a bit of a Dybala, where because he's not the most fanciest of names, people may kind of overlook him a bit. 4-star, 91 pace, can finish, high medium work rates. What more do you really want? And these are some fantastic players as well. Emre Can, everything that you need for centre mid, and for the Bundesliga there's some great options in midfield, and Emre Can is beautiful, and most importantly he can also play as a centre back if he is needed. Centre back stats are very good, and he's quite tall, 6'1". He may be an OP shout, and alongside him you can also have Upamecano as well, with again all the stats that you need, but because there are also other players like a Klosterman, he may not be seen as a, the go-to man, so he may be a bit more cheaper than what he really should be, because other players may have a little bit more hype. Another centre back though that has definitely got all the hype is Tomori. Not much I really need to say. You can see his stats, it's insane, and this guy will be a serious player for the entire year, seriously. Another player with great hype, Marcus Llorente. Again, the literal dream centre mid, and he's got a bit of a downgrade, so maybe actually quite cheaper compared to what he was last year, which is perfect. And to link with Llorente is an 83 rated Correa, who is very similar to Luis Muriel, got all the perfect stats. Striker, he's got pace, he can finish, he can pass as well, which is very underrated. 4-star, high medium work rate, a perfect starter striker. And also in La Liga, Tchouaméni, perfect CDM, who will get the job done in your midfield. And now this is a player which has come out of absolutely nowhere. Like, I swear he had like a 40 or 50 pace card like last year. So suddenly he actually looks like a pretty good La Liga centre mid for starter teams. Sergio Darder, out of absolute nowhere, has got massive pace boost and has got good dribbling, good passing. He's a perfect centre mid for La Liga starter teams. And how can I forget the one and only Inaki Williams? I've got to put him in here. Now, I'm not usually a big fan of him because of his dribbling stats and the fact that he is so one-footed, but people always go for him, so I've got to put him in here because, simply put, he's got good pace. So there you go, boys. Hope you guys do enjoy. This is some of the most OP players in FIFA 23 that we know of right now, and the game comes out literally tomorrow, so keep these players in mind for your brand new FIFA 23 starter teams. Normal videos are back tomorrow as my setup is complete today, so I'll see you guys another time for another video, and I'll see you then. Peace out.